Hello and welcome to the next episode of Agri History. In this episode, we will be talking about Vitis vinifera, or as we commonly call it, grapes. Within the genus of grapes, the common grape is the only species native to both Europe, the Near East, and Northern Africa. What is interesting about this species is it is a member of the U. vitis branch of the genus Vitis, and all in that group can crossbreed. This will come into play later. For now, let's talk about the domestication of grapes. The domestication of the common grape likely happened sometime between 6,000 to 10,000 years ago. However, it is likely that prehistoric hunter-gatherers used wild grapes as a food source. There are several traits associated with the domestication of this species. The progenitor species is called Vitis vinifera sylvestris. The most notable differences between the domesticated and wild form include hermaphrodite flowers in the cultivated form, rather than male and female plants in the wild form. The next difference is greater uniformity in fruit maturity. The next one is a higher sugar content in the fruit. The final trait discussed here would be an increased range of fruit colors. The wild grape can be found in isolated patches in Western Europe, Central Asia, and North Africa. Habitat loss, in combination with the ability of both domesticated and wild forms to crossbreed, has led to the reduction of the wild form and the increase in feral and crossbred variants. The domesticated subspecies has been further divided into three forms. These groups are Occidentalis, Pontica, and Orientalis. The Occidentalis group has small berries, small clusters, and high-yielding shoots. Many cultivars of Western European origin are of this type. The Orientalis group consists of cultivars with large, loose-clustered berries. These come from Central Asia. The Pontica group comprises the intermediate grouping of the cultivars found in Eastern Europe and the Black Sea Basin. Debate exists concerning the number of domestication events and where they happened, because the wild grape had a wide range in the past, with these wild forms being used as food by ancient populations of people. Recent genetic evidence suggests that there are at least two centers of domestication. Both correspond with the Occidentalis and Orientalis groups. Next, let's talk about sport mutations. Many cultivars of grape, like Cabernet Sauvignon and Pinot Noir, have developed strange mutations. This causes new variation within the same cultivar. The differences within sports of the same cultivar are significant enough that breeding programs of sport selections are very popular. Virus infection has also been a source of mutation, making new sports of the same cultivar. Sport selection facilities are currently one of the most widely used resources for wine growers. Before we continue, we must talk about polyploids. Polyploids are life forms with more than two sets of chromosomes. We must talk about polyploids. All grapes are polyploids, having double the set of chromosomes of diploids. Polyploids can form naturally through accidental chromosome doubling events. Mitosis inhibiting chemicals can also be used to create polyploids artificially. For example, through the application of oryzalin to seeds. Artificial grape polyploids have been created to facilitate cross-breeding of common grapes with other species that the common grape is normally incompatible with, so that new traits can be incorporated into the common grape. By increasing the chromosome sets in common grapes, side effects have been observed, such as the loss of vigor, larger fruit, reduced cold hardiness, and brittle stems. Another breeding method that was tested was self-pollination of existing cultivars. The process resulted in inbreeding depression, with severe side effects. Many genetic tests were made to trace the lineage of many cultivar types in grapes, and to figure out which cultivars were made through crossbreeding of two different species. I hate to leave you on a cliffhanger, but stay tuned for part 2, where we will talk about more breeding methods and actual crossbreeding events that happened. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Until next time, stay lit, fam.